City Morning Show.
Good morning and welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos compañeros al Sugar City Morning Show. Hoy es el 5 de abril y son exactamente las 7 más un minuto. Un gran gusto saludarles hoy por la mañana y siempre y enviándoles los mejores saludos y deseos a todos los que nos se unen a esta transmisión hoy por la mañana. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Nortevisión Canal 10 aquí en Trial Farm y los arreglos que tenemos con las compañías proveedoras de señal de cable permite que nuestra señal se vea por todo el país, desde Corozal hasta Toledo, desde San Pedro hasta el Benque. Aquí en Orange York los puedes ver, Center, Canal 60. Compañeros, hoy un día más, un día Dios ha permitido que abramos los ojos y que podamos vivir. Y por eso debemos estar muy agradecidos. Por eso te pido que te unas conmigo a reconocer y agradecer. Digo reconocer porque muchas veces nada más nos salen palabras de la boca y sin verdaderamente pensar en quién es el creador, nuestro poder superior, este Dios que nos quiere y nos ama intensamente. Padre, muchas gracias por todo, por tus bendiciones. Hoy permitiste que abra los ojos. Gracias por la vida, la salud, las fuerzas. Gracias por tu paciencia, por tu perdón, por tu gracia, tu misericordia. Gracias, Padre, por todo eso. Te pido que nos continúes bendiciendo y amando incondicionalmente como nos amas. Te pido, como siempre, para las personas que están pasando por tiempos difíciles a este momento. Los desamparados, los ancianos desamparados, los que están enfermos, enfermas en los hospitales, en las cárceles, y todas aquellas personas que tienen una necesidad. Ayúdalos, Padre. Te bendecimos, te glorificamos y te adoramos siempre. It's exactly 4 minutes after 7 o'clock, las 7:04. Let's go directly onto the general weather forecast for today, Thursday, April 5th. And si estás cumpliendo años hoy, que la pases de maravilla, que lo pases muy, muy bien. Nada más no olvides de enviar pastel. General situation, fair and mostly dry conditions will prevail. The 24-hour forecast. Mostly sunny today and partly cloudy tonight with isolated showers and a chance of an isolated thunderstorm inland this afternoon. The winds blowing from the east at 10 to 20 knots. The sea stayed choppy. Temperatures along the coast 84 degrees Fahrenheit inland, 78 degrees 84 degrees as a high along the coast, 78 degrees as a low inland, 90 degrees. We're going all the way up to 90 degrees Fahrenheit and 68 degrees as a low. In the hills, 82 degrees Fahrenheit as a high and 64 degrees as a low. The outlook for Friday and Friday night, and yes, tomorrow is already Friday. Mainly fair weather with only the chance of isolated showers. A low tide occurred this morning, a short while ago, 21 minutes ago to be exact, at 14 minutes before 7. A high tide follows at 12:46, that is 14 minutes before 1 this afternoon. And the second low tide follows at 8:19 tonight, and the second high tide at 1 minute before 2 tomorrow morning. The sun rose this morning at 6 minutes before 6. The sun sets today at 6 minutes after 6. Take that for Rick if you want. The moon sets this morning at 9:36, 24 minutes before 10, because it's still out. And the moon rises tonight at 7 minutes before 11. Thank you, forecaster Sheena Young, for this information. And all those other people who work at the Met Service, thank you very much. We recognize that it's not a one-man show and that it's a number of people who pool their resources and put up the information on the general weather forecast. Buenos días, compañeros. Hoy, jueves 5 de abril, si estás cumpliendo años, que la pases de maravilla. La situación general, condiciones buenas y secas. Van a controlar nuestro clima aquí en Belice. Hoy estará soleado. Durante el curso del día, parcialmente nublado por la noche con chubascos aislados y la posibilidad de una tormenta aislada en el interior del país hoy por la tarde. Así que no descontemos la posibilidad de que quizás nos caiga una tormenta hoy por la tarde. No define dónde, puede ser en cualquier lugar. Los vientos del este 10 a 20 nudos, el estado del mar agitado, temperaturas por la costa 84 como una máxima, 78 como una mínima. En el interior del país, 90 grados como una máxima y 68 como una mínima. Luego entonces, compañeros, por las colinas, 82 grados Fahrenheit como una máxima y 64 como una mínima. Se espera que mañana viernes y viernes por la noche tengamos buen tiempo. También existe la posibilidad de chubascos aislados. Una tormenta, con tormentas posiblemente. Una marea alta hoy sucedió a las 7 menos 14 minutos. Una alta a las 12:46 hoy por la tarde. Una segunda marea baja a las 8:19 minutos hoy por la noche. Y una segunda marea alta a la 1:59 minutos mañana por la madrugada. El sol salió hoy, compañeros, a las 6 menos 6 y el sol se oculta a las 6:06 minutos. La luna se oculta a las 9:36 porque todavía uno está afuera y sale por la noche a las 11 menos 7 minutos. Compañeros, tenemos que reconocer y agradecer a nuestros patrocinadores, a el señor Honorable Gaspar Vega, el señor German Vega, el señor Eduardo Vega, Gillette's Meat Shop, Belize Marketing and Development Corporation, Telemedia, Dano Milk. ¿Quién más? Vamos a dejarlo ahí por el momento porque no me viene ningún otro, pero disculpa si es que no mencioné un nombre. Compañeros, vamos a una pausa, son 7:09 minutos y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios. No se vayan.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. You can whip its cream, for Dano milk it is real, yes, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. Dano milk in the morning, Dano milk in the evening, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all, Dano milk, then of Dano milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in PG, Dano milk, then love Dano milk. You can hear this stuff, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano milk. I love Dano milk. Dano milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world, Dano.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. and much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Why go anywhere else on vacation when an unforgettable experience awaits you right here in your own backyard? Explore southern Belize, home to the Cacao Trail, the historically rich Maya, and our illustrious southern heritage. Satisfy your sweet tooth with a cacao tour, relax by the river, or enjoy a basket weaving demonstration. Stop in for some delicious southern food. Come and enjoy some good old-fashioned southern hospitality. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Freshly extracted local honey, perfect for today's dessert. And these locally produced onions, they are just the right size for my popular onion rings and hamburgers. And these cuts of sheep lamb, also grown locally, are just perfect for my succulent barbecue. When I think about my family's health, I buy local products first. After all, they are fresh and healthier. And if you do the same, you're shaping a brighter future for your community, your family, and yourself, as local spending circles back to you. Remember, when you buy local products, you are building a better Belize. This message is proudly sponsored by the Food and Agriculture Organization, European Union, Ministry of Agriculture, and Belize Marketing and Development Corporation.
Residents of Dangriga now have their very own brand new modernized multi-purpose complex, compliments of the government of Belize. This $3.5 million investment in the cultural capital will host sporting events, cultural events, and shows, and can double as a hurricane shelter. Features include seating for 1,000, a fully FIBA certified wooden court, locker rooms with full bathrooms, a stage and changing rooms backstage, concession stands, office space, and ample parking. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Sugar City Morning. Sugar City.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly a quarter before 7. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros. Las 7:15. And it's always a pleasure to say good morning and welcome to my good friend Checky. ¿Cómo estás?
Good morning, Emmanuel. I'm good. By the way, I saw your sister yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I saw her.
What time did you see her?
About 9:30.
In the morning.
Yeah, yesterday morning.
good.
Yeah, she's good.
Yes.
Well, also see your sister, pa?
I was with her yesterday morning and afternoon.
Okay, good, good. Well, good morning once again. It's a lovely, beautiful morning. Today is Thursday, Jueves Gadero, the fourth day of the, what you call it, fourth day of the week or the fourth day of the working week. But good morning, it's that Thursday.
Today is the 5th of April.
Today is the 5th?
Today is the 5th of April. And tomorrow is the 6th. And I have a birthday coming up. My younger brother Mickey is going to be 52 years on the 10th.
What?
And I also
It's on
have,
Tuesday.
yes, Angelo I think is going to be on the 12th. And I'm expecting, not me, but one of my relatives is expecting a baby anytime this weekend.
What? You're fully stuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be having Delva in a few, Pa, but you say, whatever happened to some of the good old things that used to happen around this time? The breeze are blowing strongly. I remember with Eduardo Martinez and Sons way back, they used to have all this kite contests and so, kite competition.
Yes, we used to have a kite contest. We used to sponsor a kite contest. Really, it was sponsored by one of the companies that we represented, Sherwin-Williams. And we thought that it was a good idea to involve the schools in the competition of the kite contest competition. And most of the prizes were geared towards participation by the classes themselves. In other words, a class-sponsored competition. The prizes were for the classroom, in other words, paint for your classroom.
Okay.
There was, and also I think we had a prize for the person who constructed the kite. But it was well attended actually, and we had some huge kites, I mean huge 10-foot and 12-foot kites.
What?
At the competition.
You mean with the tail or without the tail?
Man, without the tail.
And then they rise?
Of course they did.
What?
And they got up, and but when they came down, they come down with a thud.
Because no force. But that,
Yes.
that is something very good. The way the winds are blowing right now, you believe it's good time for kiting?
Of course. April, well, March is even better because you have the strong breeze in March. But April can be quite warm, and well, as long as we have breeze 10 to 20 knots, that one kite is gonna raise.
Yeah. Well, make a raise some kite, folks. Make a raise some kite. But over the weekend, we never had enough time to discuss everything. But this situation in Chetumal with this lady and her little daughter, you know, I listened to the story, and sometimes it makes you wonder why these things are happening, you know. And according to, I understand that the authorities in Chetumal were saying that usually people come from farther than Chetumal to do these kind of deeds. You know, the lady said that she was at the area where you take your kids to ride those little cars. Mm-hmm. They have some of them right at la Esplanada de la Bandera. Mm-hmm. People, you know, you pay only pesos and you ride it wrong.
Do you, let me ask you a question. Do you honestly think that these people had any ill intentions?
Boy, after I hear that the granny and the maga attack to them people, I think that if they may had any intention to kidnap this girl, I think they may have disappear. I don't feel like they may have still stay on the ground, no?
As best as I can gather, these people actually stayed around, and they even spoke with the lady, and they kept they kept on the good conversation. In other words, that's not the mind or the work of somebody who is a stalker trying to kidnap young boys and young girls.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But it's good that the mother and the grandmother took those strong precautions as well, no? Because you don't know what could happen. I mean, if that may happen to one of my kids, then I may get off of the ground right away, or I may have reported to a police out there. Kind of police out there, they act promptly, you know? And if I may still see the young people, I may have reported to the police and tell them what happened, make them talk to the young people and check their status. Mm-hmm. You understand? But at the moment when then things happen, like, you know, you get so furious, you don't really know exactly what is happening. But that just shows that, like what you mentioned, last week when we talked to you and Mr. Che, with a split of a second can be gone.
In the split of a second, in the split, you just blink your eye and thing happen.
Yeah, because the legal made hold on to him, and someone like the legal move away, and then somebody start to pretend that they play with her, you know, and he could have been gone.
Yes,
You understand?
Yes. Again, I was quite saddened to hear that there was a big robbery over the weekend here in Orange Walk.
Yes, why?
And I mean, wow. I mean, I was listening to the news last night, and for somebody to actually break in and to go with $66,000 worth of goods, that's a lot of money, you know. That's a lot of stuff that you have to back out. You're telling me that nobody saw?
Yeah, so
Nobody hear anything?
when somebody they move from house, they say, oh, they want to move, I said they carry out them things.
Unless they did it 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, but then even so, there are people watching.
Yeah, I wonder if these people has if they have their surveillance cameras.
I don't know.
Yeah, because that would help as well, no?
That will help, but that was a lot of cash, but $66,000 worth of goods, which means that they must carry out appliances and jewelry and a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? So, I mean, $66,000. Eso no es moco de pavo. Eso es bastante dinero para perderlo. Estamos hablando del robo que sucedió aquí en Orange Walk.
En la right in the town.
De una de las personas muy conocidas y familiares en realidad. ¿Ya me entiendes? Pero es una pena que estamos refiriéndonos al hecho de que tiene que ser que gente vio, gente sabe qué sucedió, quién es la persona que entró, pero no están hablando. O quizás, no sé, me atrevo a decir de que tiene que ser que alguien vio.
Some people afraid for talk to men, pa. Some people afraid for talk.
Why though? Because they're afraid that the person says, "Oh, that you talk about me, and now I go hurt you."
Or maybe you see, because some of the people have the elements, the force that say, "Why that person could tell the boss what they go on." You know, we see when they go in the office and then the boss call we out and start to talk to we. It happened, pa. It happened.
And well, one way of keeping people shut is to share the bounty with them.
Yes, correct.
Only have to make you no talk. Only $200. You know and talk. All right.
Yeah, that's why it's good to have a good relationship with your neighbors. You understand? Because some people not give them, they give you money, but some of them don't give them money, but they're afraid to talk. Because they say, I see that one, and I know I sure that one. You know, then things don't happen again, boy. The things don't happen again. And like you made a mention the other day when we talked about reporting crimes and things that are happening, people don't use the hotline again. That which one? The 1-800.
The 0800.
Yes.
Tips.
Because I understand that it's fully confidential.
I don't venture to explain the reasons why people are not calling. They figure that it's a charge on their account. Well, at the end of the day, let me tell you that if I knew and if I had an opportunity to use it, I would. But why is it that we're not calling? Can it be that perhaps either like I don't know. People decide to call police first, and then when the police come, well, they hopefully take care of the situation. I don't know, but we're talking about something completely different here. Really.
Yeah,
we're talking about if you see something going on, and obviously, if you see something going on like they're robbing somebody, you don't call it 0800 hot tips. You call the police because that requires immediate attention.
Right, immediate attention.
But if you know of something that perhaps somebody broke into somebody's house and you got to find out information about who it is, rather than calling the police, then you will call the 0800 tips number.
Yeah.
Hotline, the 0800 hotline, because then obviously you want to keep your name down. I mean,
disclose.
You don't want to disclose your name, and hopefully that information is going to be worked on and handled in such a way that that person is going to be caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, make we hope that things will change up when it comes to that, but that's sad for them people what happened because the big amount. I understand the same thing happened in the city. It was close to $60,000 as well in goods that was lost, you know. So we not hear about the crime situation in the city, but we hear about robbery. But it's good that over the weekend we know a lot of fatalities over the weekend, but nothing when it becomes to the gang element in the city.
So much so, I was very pleased, so much so that the police morale has pretty much been boosted by the scrapping of the emergency areas. They thought that there was no immediate need to put those areas in those
emergency
areas. You know that when I have not read the entire thing, so I wouldn't want to comment and say, but I do believe that by the very act of putting in an area as an emergency area, that means that certain constitutional rights are no longer in place. In other words, that they can actually hold you for longer than 48 hours, and they can search you and so forth. So, fortunately, that has not been done because the meet and greet and the just being able to talk to people as a way of trying to get back the confidence from the people by the police is working. Yeah. So they have decided not to get into putting in the emergency areas. I guess that if things escalate, they will.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, Pa, we need to go on a break.
Of course.
And when we come back, we'll be hearing from Delvi.
Yes, and we're going to be discussing other topics. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Vamos a estar de vuelta, son las 7:29. Vamos a tomar una pausa y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios.
A fast and reliable internet connection is crucial to the success of any business. That's why we at Pink Boutique chose DigiNet. Not only is it affordable, but it is service we can depend on to keep our business running 24/7. Plus, our DigiNet business plan allows us to stay ahead of the competition. For only $99, we get a dependable fiber connection at super fast speeds. Visit your nearest BTL office and ask about how DigiNet can enhance your business today.
Now available in San Pedro, Northside Belize City, Ladyville, and Belmopan. Coming soon to Orange Walk.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking, plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Maintaining steadiness, consolidating stability, advancing growth.
In the Capital 3 budget, provisions of over 43 million have been made to finance the following key infrastructure projects. Continuation of the upgrading of the Hummingbird Highway, $11 million. Continuation of the Belize Southside Poverty Alleviation Project, $4 million. Commencement of work on the upgrading of new sections of the George Price Highway, including the construction of a new double-lane bridge at Roaring Creek, $13 million. Commencement of work on the upgrading of a new section of the Philip Golson Highway, $5 million. Commencement of work on the new Airport Link Road, joining the access road to the PGIA, joining that with the Western Highway, $3 million. Commencement of work on the new Hallover Bridge, $3 million. And commencement of work on phase 1 of the Caracol Road project, $4 million. In addition, provision of $9.5 million has also been made for projects in the education and health sectors and towards our vaunted poverty alleviation programs. Mr. Speaker, I should point out that as we have done in all the years since taking office, we will again be financing our capital program wholly from concessional sources provided by our international development partners. We will not be borrowing any funds on commercial terms. These are the investments that will continue the transformation and continue to bring the jobs to lower even more the unemployment rate and lift lives and the economy.
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 34 minutes after 7 o'clock. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros, al Sugar City Morning Show para hoy. Ahora son las 8 menos 26 minutos. El número para llamar 302-2170 si quieres compartir algo con nosotros, mandarnos alguna noticia. Pero la mejor noticia que pudiera haber es cuando no tienes noticias. Es más, cuando no tenemos que reportar de que hubo un masacre en la ciudad de Belice, cuando tenemos que reportar que 10 personas fueron tiradas y que 10 personas fueron muertos. Niños, pues gracias a Dios. Lo que la policía ha puesto en lugar en la ciudad de Belice aparentemente está funcionando. Este último fin de semana de la Pascua, gracias a Dios, no hubo ningún tipo de actividad de parte de las gangas. Sí hubo muertos, pero no fueron relacionados con actividad de gangas o algo así. Es más, eso es lo que por lo general escucharas, pero cuando se trata de que la retaliación, cuando se trata de que vienen entraron a tirar a una persona, a matar a una persona, pero porque no le encontraron a él, vamos a matar a su tío o a su tía o a su hermanito,
su mamá,
cuando ya eso entonces llega a otro completamente a otro nivel. Eso es lo que duele. ¿Qué tiene que ver mi pobre madre? ¿Qué tiene que ver mi tío, mi tía, mi hermanito con lo que yo hice? Si es que hice algo mal y debo pagarlo, pues entonces haz que yo lo pague, pero no debes en realidad de involucrar a otros familiares, pero ya entonces llega a otro nivel cuando entran y no te ven a ti y matan a tus familiares.
Yeah.
¿Ya me entiendes?
Yeah.
Ya entonces, eso no se escuchaba antes.
Yeah.
You never heard about that before.
Then, Emmanuel, we understand that the Superintendent Gillett spoke yesterday, and they had a gathering with some of the persons that sells guns, and they are talking about the
amnesty.
Yeah, and they.
What did you make out of that? You think that's going to function?
Well, we have to give it a chance to see if it can work, because a lot of things they try already and it don't work, you know. But before we go into that discussion, Pamela could get Delvey. And then we will deal with some of that with the registration of the firearms and the bullets, and you know. But we have Delvey coming in this morning, so as soon as we finish with Delvey. Hi, good morning, Delvey.
Good morning, Mr. Checky.
Good morning,
Delvey.
Good.
Good morning, Mr. Emmanuel.
I have good news for you this morning.
Okay.
The good news is that I don't have to buy no food for Emmanuel this morning, because he say he eat up the tart and your belly still full. He say eat up the tart and your belly still full.
No, man. That I ate, but it wasn't tart.
Okay. How for make this good to make no tart and carrying for
You see, I get to fix you up. So good morning once again, Delvey. It's good to hear you this morning. And you did enjoy a read walk or what?
Yes, the last of it, because I have to head back very soon.
Oh, your school opens on Monday, right?
Monday, yes, but I need to go and get prepared and stuff. So.
Okay. All right. So what you have for us today?
All right. This one we have is entitled "Who Holds It Together."
Okay, go ahead.
Who holds it together? Yes. To wake up in the morning is a blessing to see the sunrise, way over the horizon as life awakens before your very eyes. And out came the coffee, brewed to perfection, sampled with bliss, served by a loving companion, sealed with a kiss. Breakfast is ready, the children are awakened, and silence turned to noise. Most appreciated to hear the sound of many little voices. Morning devotion, and without a notion, the name of the Lord be praised. He smiles at her, she looks at him, gives thanks for amazing grace. Now everyone is leaving, it's time for work, it's time for school. Each to their own destination, their own journey, but together again they'll be back soon. The day is going, everyone's getting tired, looking at the clock, waiting to go home. Home is what they call it. There is peace being together and peace being alone. When home is not grounded, how easy it is to get carried away. The loss is more expensive than the maintenance, a grand price one would have to pay. It's not that if you live alone you can't function or even survive, but when home is grounded the way it should be, you cause the world around you to come alive, to feel wholesome, to feel a part of something bigger than one's own self. The Lord keeps the home rooted, stronger than your greatest wealth.
Yes, yes, I like that very much. Delvey, you inspire us on a daily basis with your poems, and I want to thank you profusely for doing that and for being here with us yesterday.
Yes.
And It has been a distinct pleasure to have known you and to be sharing with you all of these inspirational poems. At the end of the day, we continue with it because, very simply, I believe that there's merit in sharing it. I believe that if we can impact somebody's life by what we share, then we're doing a lot.
Yes. Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Emmanuel. Hopefully it touches someone in the way, you know. It impacts some, that's what I'm hoping. That it impacts someone. So.
I have not received a response from the person who I sent a message to yesterday. Maybe she has, but I'm hoping that that's going to happen sometime this week.
Okay.
And I'll keep you informed.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you.
Thank you as well, Delvey.
Thank you. Have a great day and a great weekend.
Okay, same to you. And safe trip back, all right?
Yes, Mr. Cheke. Thank you.
Tell Miss Betty and Brother Ronnie not to cry when you go, all right? Morning, Miss Betty, morning. All right, Emmanuel. So we're here again. We're back. Very good input. And you know, this weekly call-in that Delvey give us puts a great input into our show as well.
Southside Commander proposes gun amnesty. Well, we've had gun amnesty over the decades, and I can recall at least 2 or 3 of them, you know. But we are in 2018, and there are more guns than ever on the streets. So how can we deal with it? In other words, because of the random nature of violence, no one can say for sure if amnesties work. But the Southside Police want to try again.
Yep.
They want to try again. Today, your family, the commander, told us that he's gotten interest from sponsors. So there's an interview with Senior Superintendent Howell Gillett, Officer Control of Eastern Division South. We have had discussions, Checky, you and I, and with other people as well, as to where do all these guns come from? At the end of the day, I can tell you that more and more young people have guns with them that are being availed to them as part of them belonging to a gang. Why go do this thing, do this job, hold out one gun, boom, put it in your pocket. Also, I don't know, but for what reason, but young people want to take guns for protection. I have a problem with that because I feel that if I have a gun in my pocket, one day I'm gonna use it.
Right.
You understand?
Yes, I heard some of my friends.
I am going to use it, and I prefer to be called a coward than ending up in jail for so many years of killing somebody. I didn't think that.
Yeah, and you have to live with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I encourage one of my friends when they tell me again I'm going to license, I tell them, you don't need that, man. You don't really need that. Just play your cool. The temptations will come once you got the gun, you know. The temptations will come. Because, you know, look for anything to try. If anybody try attack you or try, you come as bully sometimes, you know. You come as a beef. You come as somebody buck by you. Oh, but because I got my gun now, you know.
Then you feel bigger than the rest.
And when you got a gun, then you become hot. You become hot because the people, they don't know you got a gun. You know, so it's better to, like you say, better you don't have it.
But I don't have it.
Yeah.
But what prompts people to have it? That's the question. And what's going to prompt people to actually give in the guns? Because the gun amnesty is exactly that. Carrying your gun and nobody can do you nothing. You know what I mean? However, I don't know. I don't know what. Let's find out. Do you get paid any money if you take the gun in? Or just, do you know of anything?
I think it's just a goodwill.
Just goodwill?
Yeah.
Okay. Based on intelligence reports that this is the Mr. Howell Jellit, that they're getting, those reports are saying that there's the possibility that licensed gun holders are redistributing ammunition on the street.
What?
And that's something that we have to look carefully at. As a matter of fact, the Minister of National Security, as well as the Ministry of National Security, they're looking into the possibility of serializing ammunition. What? How will it be done? It needs more in-depth reviews, and that will come very shortly, because the police must be able to say this ammunition was bought from this supplier and was bought by this gun owner. We have to tell it more to the public, though, especially the gun dealers. So what is, it says that licensed gun holders are distributing ammunition. So I got a wine name, go buy one box of bullet, and then I say, hold up, I have only two. Is that what he's referring to?
I believe so. That's the way I understand it.
But don't you have to, so you buy your box of bullets and that's it?
You look so. You look at the way it works right now. According to the
you
story.
are left to your own devices. In other words, you don't have to report anything there.
Usually, I believe that if you use ammunition, you're supposed to report, you know what? I may shoot out 2 of them bullets. And I think the bullets have numbers as well, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. But anyway, if you may buy 5 or 100, so then I check with you, why you only got 40 now? What the next 60 get to?
Well, they're thinking about serializing it, in other words, putting numbers on it. And that's going to be a tedious thing. So before you even buy it, you have to, that's another thing, but when you buy it, everybody has to be marking down, oh, you get bullet number 1VA654. And then you can start getting, I suppose you buy 24, you have a list of all the numbers, and then what about the follow-up? I don't understand.
But you say what's supposed to help? Let's say they have a shooting in an area, and the police then gathered the bullets, ammunition, and then they have the serial number on it.
So in other words, they find out who had that number.
Where that come from?
Where that come from? Well, I can see through that. I can actually see through that, but the amount of work involved in that is incredible.
Yeah,
if you have 100 or 200 people, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you have 200 gun holders, and that's just a number I'm pulling up from the, and each one buys a box. Good Lord, you know the amount of.
But is it serializing the bullets?
The bullets. It says we want to serialize the license gun holders are registered, and that's why we have to. It says that they're looking for sort of serializing ammunition. I don't. Like you said, there are reasons that would validate that possibility, but good Lord, the amount of work, man. Just think about it.
Yeah, a lot of work for you. But if that stop crime, maybe by doing that, then they'll find out. Because I believe they're trying to see how they can get rid of the guns. But they are talking about only the licensed guns. Remember, we have a lot of illegal guns out there as well. And that's not the part. That's not the part. Because right now, he's figuring out that probably somebody will have some licensed guns, then they give it to them and people make them use it. Mm-hmm. For what reason, I don't really know why they would do that. Mm-hmm. But then, how the ones that will come in. Remember the last time they catch one officer coming from the San Ignacio area to Belmopan with ammunition, with guns, and these guns were licensed in Guatemala.
Yes. That possibility of buying guns of getting, not really only buying, because acquiring guns and ammunition from Guatemala. I mean, apparently it is much easier to get a gun in Guatemala than it is anywhere else.
It looks so kind of Mexico tight when it comes to that, right?
Exactly. And I gathered that in some villages, everybody background one gun.
Yeah.
And now for you can shoot you.
Yeah, I got now a place right off I think the Kiche. I don't remember if the Ichkanal Kiche, but one of the places we gone or the Crassa, Guatemala, we gonna play for a birthday party. And right there, supper, people have, you remember when I cell phone me first come in and everybody had their cell phone on the side? Right there, so everybody.
What's a gun?
Quetzalito. The Quetzalito we got.
Okay.
Everybody got their guns like that, and some have two here and they have one right there. So, but they have leader in the community and they said they are people not for to shoot their guns in the air like crazy. They have it for their protection. But they have it just like 3-4 guns per there. Big guns as well. And it seems like it's normal to them like somebody have a cell phone.
That's exactly my point. So if they get another gun, suppose somebody has 3 guns, they get another gun, they will want to perhaps dispose of one. What do? There comes somebody from Belize and said, boy, sell me a gun, the boy. He contrabands it into Belize, and there you have one more gun out on the street.
That's
in
right.
the wrong hands.
That's exactly correct what you're saying, Emmanuel. So that can be the part where they will need to deal with as well. Because if somebody get 100 ammunition for the air for the month, and when you go here only got 80, where the rest there?
But what about putting scanners in some areas?
True.
In other words, those metal scanners that would be able to detect if a person has a gun in his pocket or in his possession.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
Would ring a bell, you know what I mean? And say, I don't know, I'm just thinking aloud.
Then the thing that like investment, like what to say, Manuel, but for fighting crime, I don't believe that there is any price that is too high to get it done.
True. But something must be done, Checky, to try to alleviate the situation. And I think that the amount of guns, trying to reduce the amount of guns in the market is one of the ways. But then again, you say you take away one and then 2 more come in.
You multiply. Yeah, but then if the operation will start, then that one way you take away, you never may take it away neither. So then if you start somewhere, pa, and make a hope that that something might work. But you need to get stiffer, because I tell you when we played at Palmar the other day, pa, then we got, sometimes they got some of the lead persons, they drink up and they walk around and knock down your speaker and so. But the man got up on the stage and they walk front of the stage. And when they say front of the stage, that you're going to drop off on the stage, he never continue walking, he turn back. He turn back because he know that what penalty they right there, so. If you go here and drop off on the stage and get hurt. So some people, they just try play around, but then one time people know that there is a stiff consequence in doing what you're doing and it's not wrong when it comes to the guns, then they want to tighten up more. Because most of them people they get that way. Most of them get that way.
I think, and that's why we welcomed all of those laws that were put in place, the new laws. And I'm trying to get somebody to come explain, because I don't want to be opening a Pandora's box with the new laws. And then if people call in, we wouldn't be able to explain it further than what it is, Yeah. So we're trying to get somebody to come in and expound on those new laws. But you're right. You see, at the end of the day, something must be done. But the judicial review is absolutely necessary. The laws need to be reviewed. They are too old, too antiquated, and I always remember, well, not remember, but I know of certain cases where people with 16 and 17 counts are walking out in the street, and they'll go like, I I'm in for aggravated assault, and I'm in for manslaughter, and what the hell are you doing out on the streets?
But you see, Emmanuel, when the laws them make, their activities wasn't going on at the time. So then the laws never make with the provision that, okay, we have to fix this law because we accept this law because we saw what happened at the south side, right? Their laws, when the laws we make, they place me peaceful, but they're not peaceful again.
No, so we have to change along with the changing times.
That's right.
We have, if those laws are no longer adequate for us, then we rewrite them.
Yeah.
But then, and I'm not telling you that it's easy, because you have to be conscious of striking a balance between what is, what you're doing, and also keeping the person's constitutional rights, because you have a right to do so many things.
That's true. That
you have a right to freedom, you have a right to walking out in the streets, you have a right to expression, you have a right to defend yourself. So you have to strike a balance. So those people who write those laws need to be quite versed in all of these things, and go like, and if this happens, this thing then happens, and if this thing happens, well, then this other thing happens. So it's like, one after the other.
Yeah, because remember the law what they have to that, if they go to the house and they find ammunition there, everybody within the house go. That is tight, and it's a pity because, like you said, they have some provisions that people need to be protected as well. Because if I could say, okay, this is good enough for me, and Emmanuel just gone to my house, go ask me for a glass of water, and then they handcuff me and put in the vehicle too.
And I don't know.
You don't know nothing.
That gun.
Yeah. So, he said GOB need to remodel, recognize the judicial system together with the bar of liars, so justice in Belize can be robust. Vengeance after vengeance does not stop, because there seems to be no justice, so people take the law in their own hands.
That's an interesting side to it. There seems to be no justice, so people take the law into their own hands.
Yeah. Because you know how the law, somebody do something and catch you on a gun or something, they could remand them, and within, I believe it's between 14 or 21 days, an attorney can apply for bail for you at the Supreme Court.
Exactly.
And most of the time, then bails are successful, and they come out.
And not only that, but what happens is that attorneys are getting much more clever, and in the art of getting people out.
They beat the system.
They beat the system. I mean, straight up. Straight up. So what happens is that you kill, and then next 6 months you're done, they're out.
Yeah, and then that person,
because you were never I'm sorry. You were never found guilty.
Yeah,
although you're guilty as sin.
Yeah, and then sometimes that person not say everything, but when that person come out, he may know somebody woman they wrong, they woman see or know where they go on. When I hear somebody else get knocked off, and I don't know the sake of what. That person say, I ain't not going to jail, so you have to go.
302-2170, that is the number to call, or you can send texts to 600-5769. 302-2170 es el número para llamar, y si quieres mandar textos, 600-5769. Vamos a tomar una pausa, son las 8 de la mañana, pero estaremos de vuelta con ustedes tan pronto estos anuncios, así que vamos a esta pausa, compañeros, y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes.
They see you and know you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Before we signed up for DigiNet, Things at home were a bit...
Mom, just hugging up the internet. Fix it.
Chaotic when it came to the internet. But since we signed up for Diginet, fiber optic internet for your home, everything has been going awesome. Everyone can be online at the same time, consistent and reliable speeds, no more fighting for internet. It's a mother's dream. It's so affordable. I got a 20 megabyte plan for only $169 monthly. Plus, it comes bundled with a free postpaid plan and free home phone service. We're saving over $200 monthly. It's an unbelievable deal. Perfect for families. Trust me, visit your nearest BTL office and ask about Diginet today.
Now available in San Pedro, Northside Belize City, Ladyville, and Belmopan. Coming soon to Orange Walk.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass Project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional road works will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not do it in your own country? Sun, fun, and relaxation are just a short distance away. Have a taste of barefoot living, or enjoy the sounds and taste of an authentic Garifuna village. Allow yourself to be swept away by Southern hospitality and living. Escape the hectic world and enjoy a beautiful sunset. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el... ¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
The first 2 phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmopan Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first 2 phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
every day when my daddy get up to go to work, he says this is for me to have a better life. But I say, Daddy, we have a better life. Mommy don't have to leave home to wash my clothes anymore. We don't have to go all the way to a pump and back home to wash every bucket. No, Mommy just have to turn on the pipe and wash up and make we bathe as long as we want. Even the school teacher make we wash we hand the pipe instead of a nasty bucket like before. See, Daddy, life is better with water than life.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
When it comes to running my business, I have to ensure that my office is always connected and that my service is the best. This is exactly what I need from my internet provider at my home also. That's why I chose Diginet. It's fast, reliable, and most importantly, it's affordable. With Diginet, I get a reliable connection plus 6 gigabytes free mobile data each month to use while I'm on the go, all for just $99. This is big savings for me. Diginet gives me the edge I need to take my business to the next level, right from home. Visit your nearest BTL office to find out more about Diginet and how you can save, just like me.
Now available in San Pedro, Northside Belize City, Ladyville, and Belmopan. Coming soon to Orange Walk.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Maintaining steadiness, consolidating stability, advancing growth.
Our priorities for the budget, fiscal year 2018-2019, are to continue to provide resources for investments in physical infrastructure, mainly roads and bridges, for education and health, for poverty alleviation, and for citizen security and defense. Mr. Speaker, I repeat, we grasp the nettle with both hands. We rise to meet the challenges, and we will overcome them. This year's budget is structured accordingly, and there therefore can and will be no retreat from our signature pro-poor policies. No retreat from Boost and Food Pantry, no retreat from the apprenticeship program, no retreat from the high school subsidies, no retreat from the payment by GOB for students' CXC exams, no retreat from the funding of the second chance opportunities, no retreat from tuition assistance, no retreat from the plethora of full scholarships, no retreat from the construction of new classrooms, no retreat from new rural water supply systems, health posts, and hospitals, certainly in San Pedro, which we hope to fund from a public-private mix, and also from PG. That's the next priority.
The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta. Son las 8:11. Esta discusión en lo que es las licencias para los fusiles y para los revólveres, pues ha causado personas que han estado mandando textos y dando su perspectiva acerca de esto. Y claramente unas personas piensan de que no se debe de confundir uno con el otro. No se debe de confundir a aquellas personas que legítimamente tienen su pistola, su revólver, lo que sea que tengan, y lo usan para su propio uso, sí, pero no andan matando gente, no andan lastimando a otra gente. Ellos lo usan para su finca, lo usan para lo que sea que lo usen, ¿ok? Pero eso no se debe de confundir con el elemento criminal, que entonces ya estamos hablando de otra cosa completamente. El elemento criminal, ¿ok? Así que queremos hacer la distinción ahí entre uno con el otro, ¿ok?
Yeah,
no nos referimos a las personas que legítimamente tienen su revólver y compran su munición, sus bullets, y
va a su finca y así.
Para su finca. No nos estamos refiriendo a eso, ¿ok? Estamos refiriendo a las personas que, entre lo que entiendo, lo que Howell Gillett dijo, que van a comprar sus bullets, su munición, y ya luego entonces, porque no hay ley que tú tengas que reportar qué hiciste con todos tus bullets, ¿ok? Entonces, ¿qué sucede? Pues lo comparten con otras personas, lo comparten, y muchas veces, y eso está sucediendo no aquí en Orange Walk, pero en la ciudad de Belice, donde comparten eso con el elemento criminal.
It is suspected that is happening.
Pues se sospecha, sí, fuertemente. Quiero aquí ver exactamente cuáles son las palabras de Mr. Gillett, que dijo, creo que dijo claramente que sí, es una sospecha que piensan, y por eso estaban pensando poner ciertos controles para tratar de poner controles para que ese tipo de cosas no suceda. Pero ese tipo de control, de tener que poner un número, un serial a todos tus bullets, pues, puchica, es un proceso tardado, un proceso que te vas con mucha logística en lugar. Vas a tener que tener, ya la vida está complicada para tener que estar reportando todos tus bullets y checando que el número del serial de tus bullets, que quizás no congenia con lo que tiene la estación de policía, y bla 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 bla. Y bueno, va a ser un va a ser un rollo y medio eso. Yo no estoy de acuerdo con eso, pero hay que buscar formas para tratar de aplacar la actividad criminal en este país. ¿No piensas tú?
Yes, definitely. There is a way. They might find a way, all the different measures they're putting in. We're not sure if this is the correct one, but there has to be a starter. You have to try something to see if it will work. But we have a request here. Ezekiel mando saludos para Tiffany. Also, our next text here is saying, Emmanuel, morning, I just want to see if UNO could help out, because since any political party, they in a power, the drain in Riverside Street has never been fixed, and now the new the drain. The drain in Riverside Street has never been fixed, and now the new 30-year place, the dash, waste and all the bad smell, they come out. And now rat and raccoon, they show up, which we never have had that problem, and it's a health issue. We have kids that live close to the drain.
Which new tortilla place?
I don't know which one they're referring to. Yeah, some new tortilla place. I'm not sure if it's the new one that's on the Belize Corozal Road, because I never really say.
But that water doesn't end up in the river.
Well, that's what they're saying. They said, checks an idiot with a gun. An idiot with a gun kills people. Banning guns will leave the citizens defenseless against idiots with guns. You want to hear it again? He said, checks, an idiot with a gun kills people. Banning guns will leave the citizens defenseless against idiots with guns. Because I think they're referring to the illegal guns.
So, in other words, what this person is saying is, you need to have your gun to protect yourself.
Yeah.
But like I said, who are you have to put in place criteria as to why you need to protect yourself and what kind of person you are. And I guess that's the reason why gun permits are controlled by the commissioner of police and so forth.
Right,
you know
right.
what I mean? Because they look into the character of the individual.
You have to get a clean police record.
Exactly so. But that's not the problem. The problem is when people who use guns who don't have valid licenses for it. That is the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because they are not banning people from applying for gun license.
Exactly, they're not. No, and there's justification for it. So that's not the point. The point that we're saying is the problem is those people who don't have licenses for the guns that they're using, and they just very simply go to Guatemala or
some
Mexico or some other place, and because Belize doesn't produce guns, for God's sake, so the donde diablos va a salir la pistola?
Yeah.
Okay, has to be that it's brought in, has to be, and I don't think that it's going to come in through the states that easily, unless you come in a barrel.
And if you go to the store to buy a gun, you have to have your license as well, right?
Exactly.
You have to have your license to buy a gun.
I think
even ammunition as well, right?
I think that Guatemala and Mexico are two of the places, because from what I gathered, that everybody owns a gun in Guatemala in some of these villages, and you know how that's conmigo porque te voy a bow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. And I believe just like the license for the gun, if you're going to buy ammunition, you have to show your license as well, right?
Yes,
you have to show you have a valid license.
So you can have your gun, but you don't need ammunition. You don't have ammunition. So but in pretty much the same way that the gun comes in, the ammunition comes in as well.
That's right.
So if you buy a gun, you buy a 2 case of bullet too, along with it, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Christ, if grenade the out pan street, we'll think of bullets.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And they are all illegal. They are all illegal, pa. I could say, he said the one on the main street. Okay, I think they're referring to this drain again. Mm-hmm. It says the one on the main street, and it has no cover on it, and the drain is collapsing even if the water goes to the river, but the residue stay on the edge. We have sent pictures and still no kind of efforts is being made.
I think that the Department of the Environment has dealt with that matter, and they have found out that that there's nothing harmful in the residue. That at the end of the day, the stench may be there, but that it wasn't anything of strong negative impact on the river. That's what the Department of Environment has supposedly said. I'm sorry.
How the rat and the raccoon?
Well, those aren't provided by the tortilleria. Those come, and I haven't seen any raccoon.
Yeah, but I guess that rundown from, as they are referring from the tortilla factory, the water run down through the drain and goes to the river, no?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we get your message, and we already read it here. So.
And this is a matter that's been discussed, man, ever since I can recall. Ever since the tortilleria was inaugurated, you know, it's a matter of concern for some people because of the smell, but at the end of the day, it's just a reality that we have had to live with over the past 30, 40 years. I can recall that those drains used to be cleaned by with those deck brooms.
Or a big deck broom.
Yes,
yeah.
They used to be cleaned with those deck brooms all the way up to the river. Okay? But then it was, after a while, I don't know what happened, if the authorities became lax or they found out that it wasn't necessary. I don't know, but yes, there is accumulation in the drains. Yes, I think that eventually hardens, but if that ends up being food for rodents, well, I haven't seen any. It can be. I don't know if rat eat nixtamal. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if rat eats nixtamal. I don't think that nixtamal is causing any problem. I think that it's what other things that people throw are causing much more problems than nixtamal, because it's rather innocuous.
Yeah. On a more positive note, Emmanuel, we'd like to congratulate Philip Willoughby on his new position as the NEMO officer. He took up the post of operations officer with the National Emergency Management Organization.
No,
NEMO.
Previously he was the CEMO manager, right?
Right, that's it.
Central Emergency Management Organization. So now he has been given a job above that.
Right.
In other words, the coordinator for the entire country. Am I right?
Right, for the entire country. So we want to congratulate him, and I believe that he proved himself when he was with CEMO. So I believe it's a good thing. So we want to.
And I'm proud of you, Philip Willoughby. I think that you've done a damn good job. That's what people notice, you know. People like when you're there, when they're going through problems. If water raise and you're there, if then zinc, they look like pilaf, and you're there, or fire and you're there, believe me, that's what people notice. If you're there and if you help them, with their situation.
The appointment is a good one, Emmanuel, because sometimes when they appoint some people to certain positions, the persons are not versed in the.
But he carries the benefit of experience.
Yeah, that's why I say sometimes when they appoint some persons, they are not versed in the field. But this man is right in the field, and so somebody said BSI say they are not polluting. He said the new 30 say they are not polluting. So. Who for blame?
I know you won't get into that, believe me, but I guess that I will. Because at the end of the day, the other day I gone all down by Lamanai, and I noticed that there was a fish kill. I noticed that some fish were gasping for breath. Yes, and there was a gentleman who was with me who showed me as well that fish were jumping up on the surface to try to catch the breath.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
So no oxygen?
No, there's a reduced quantity of oxygen in the
water.
In the water, and that is a problem. that has been the problem that has been killing the fish on the New River. It's the deoxygenation.
Yeah, then there's supposed to be some real strong chemicals in man. Look at this river deep, you know.
Chemicals coming from, well, I don't know.
Whatever is in there, supposed to be real strong because the river very deep. Good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
They have a group by the name of Friends of the New River.
Yes.
I think they're going to call a meeting these days, and you will be invited to go and listen to it. Last year we had a meeting, and we invited BSI, we invited the Department of Environment, and they gave a nice report, but they didn't come up with any solutions of what's happening. A survey was taken away from Lamanai down to past San Esteban.
What?
And we had people from an expert from Mexico, an expert from Honduras came and gave us some help. And we found out that there is polluted way from the grass coming up.
What?
You know, the fertilizers, they add to the land, eventually end up into the river. But the most harmful thing is the hot water that's coming out from...
Thank you very much, sir. You said a mouthful.
What's up? And even the silt that run off from our town, you know, a lot of silt move from our town into a river, and that causes, when the river goes down, high temperatures of climate, high temperatures, and the silt reduce oxygen levels in our waters, you know. But yes, they have run some tests near BSI, and it's found out that that area is the water is very hot, reducing the oxygen level in the river. No? But you have to, nature has a lot to do with it, because with these high temperatures, the river go down, and the silt in the river that goes from the town also causes low oxygen level in our waters. I find out when the date is for this meeting I'm going to have with the Friends of the New River, and I'll inform any one of you too to go and just listen to what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Two key important topics.
So the heat of the water.
Well, it has been established. It has been established that, and I have proof of this. I have proof of this, that the Department of the Environment has established that the river, the New River, is suffering from thermal pollution. As a matter of fact, I have a copy of the letter from the Department of the Environment, where they claim that they have ascertained that there are certain periods of time when the temperature of the outflow of the river, and then in the area around Tower Hill and leading into Orange Walk, the water rises so much. The water temperature rises so much that there is normal activity within the waters, but when the temperature of the water goes up, so does the metabolic activity increase. So, in other words, so the water temperature goes up, so the metabolic activity increases, so the organisms consume more oxygen, and therefore the oxygen becomes depleted. Now, you see the river green sometimes, and people go like, mira que está polluted el río, está todo verde, es una química verde. Pues en realidad no es presencia de una química eso. Eso es el color de los microorganismos que están viviendo en el río. Eso ya es establecido. ¿Ok? Y estos microorganismos son de ese color y son los que consumen el oxígeno. Y cuando hay la temperatura elevada, consumen más. Así que los peces grandes no tienen forma de respirar dentro del agua. Así que tienen que salir a la superficie a respirar y muchas veces pues no lo logran, se mueren.
So the water gets stagnant then? Or it's still running?
No, it runs. It's just that and I think that my good friend over in the production room can attest to that.
Which one are they?
The Leafat one. Can attest to that because he and I were on that boat.
You couldn't call him man name instead of...
I don't want to call him man name. Is he come up?
It's a reference.
So he was with me, along with other people, when we entered into a creek, and it goes like, I feel a heat that is emanating from the water, and it turns out that I shook my hand inside. I go like, whoa, what is going on here? The water was boiling hot.
Serious?
Man, have you been there?
I not gone there yet, man.
I should take you.
I can't swim.
You don't need for swim?
Emmanuel, but with that documentary that you all did you have the opportunity to send it up to the Department of the Environment?
Why would I send it up to them? No, I didn't send it up to them. I think I had very strong comments in that documentary, and I don't think that they liked them. Well, I threw it for what it was. I found out at the end of the day, and I pointed no fingers at anybody, but I think at the end of the day, we have to stop playing the fool when it comes to our river.
But what you reported in that documentary, it's the true evidence that you're seeing, right? And the video was there for the viewers to see as well. So they're not like nothing they hide there. But why
they got into all the little creeks?
So why they close their eyes to them thing?
We got into all the creeks. And there are two creeks leading into the river where hot water flows out from the factory into, and this is this is not confidential information. Everybody knows that there's an outflow, okay, and then if you go a little bit further up river, then there's another small little creek where the water is really hot, but then it's blackened. And that's the one that is causing a lot of problem, because you could throw an egg into the river and it will boil right there.
What? That's a serious heat, that.
Of course.
So that they just run this way?
Pardon?
All that stench and all that hot water only run this way that the river is running, or it across the toll bridge area as well?
No, it doesn't go into that area. No, the caller a little while ago, and going to that point, is that you have areas like coming from Guinea grass where some of the fertilizers flow into, the residue flow into, or chemicals flow into the river. But I don't know how much of an impact that has. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that the major impact, it comes from thermal pollution.
Okay. Yeah. Well, on that note, Pa, we'll take our final break of the morning. It's 25 minutes away from 9.
We'll take that break and we'll be right back with you.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar-cured ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillett's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Dano milk, then love Dano milk. You can whip it cream, but Dano milk it is real, yes, Dano milk, then love Dano milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro, Dano milk, then love Dano milk. Dano milk in the morning, Dano milk in the evening, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dano milk, then love Dano milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano milk. Give me Dano milk. Say in Gangriga, down south in PG, Dano milk, then love Dano milk. You can hear this stuff, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano milk. I love Dano milk. Dano milk powder, probably the best milk powder in the world, Dano.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Why go anywhere else on vacation when an unforgettable experience awaits you right here in your own backyard? Explore southern Belize, home to the Cacao Trail, the historically rich Maya, and our illustrious southern heritage. Satisfy your sweet tooth with a cacao tour, relax by the river, or enjoy a basket weaving demonstration. Stop in for some delicious southern food. Come and enjoy some good old-fashioned southern hospitality. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Freshly extracted local honey, perfect for today's dessert. And these locally produced onions, they are just the right size for my popular onion rings and hamburgers. And these cuts of sheep lamb, also grown locally, are just perfect for my succulent barbecue. When I think about my family's health, I buy local products first. After all, they are fresh and healthier. And if you do the same, you're shaping a brighter future for your community, your family, and yourself, as local spending circles back to you. Remember, when you buy local products, you are building a better Belize. This message is proudly sponsored by the Food and Agriculture Organization, European Union, Ministry of Agriculture, and Belize Marketing and Development Corporation.
They see you and how you're living. Always a star. Yes, you live in color to the limit. Large and in charge. Yes, that's why you rock with Buster. Refreshing range of colorful flavors. Always a star, never the audience. You run things never run you. Yes, you are the life of it, not just a part of it. Your life is never black and white. Live in full color. Buster.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 18 minutes before 9 o'clock. Bienvenidos de vuelta, compañeros, al Sugar City Morning Show. En este último segmento, son las 9 menos 18 minutos. Y a este punto queremos entrar en un tema que nos acaban de informar. Y aquí voy a leer un poco acerca, bueno, el posting que nos impactó mucho al escucharlo, y esto es en relación a el último Annual General Meeting de el BNTU, Belize National Teachers Union, cómo se ha vuelto bastante político esta unión, fuertemente político, tanto así que han invitado a el vicelíder del Partido Unido del Pueblo, al señor Cordell Hyde, que sea el orador especial. Bueno, yo quiero saber, ¿por qué Cordell? ¿Por qué Cordell? Porque si, yo no sé, él no es maestro.
Yeah, I wonder how versed he is when it comes to unionism.
Exactamente, y ni siquiera forma parte, así que dice, with the PUP deputy leader Cordell Hyde as the guest speaker for Wednesday's AGM, the BNTU Teachers Union has now gone fully political, which is what I've been saying all the while. No hay nada malo. There's nothing wrong for the BNTU to stand up for what they believe is right. But for God's sake, man, it's their involvement in politics that irks some of us, or most of us. It is when they become heavily political, and it when they hide themselves behind the benefit of the country that and they parade and demonstrate this, and then at the end of the day, they applaud when John Bracero come out, and applaud when Cordell Hyde come out, which is completely political, ladies and gentlemen. I think in the first place, those politicians should have never been there. But I guess in these days, all of these things are arranged.
Yeah,
they are arranged.
Wouldn't it be a little better if they would have invited like a former principal from a very educated high school,
obviously,
or a former leader of unions, and just address it.
He says this is utterly disrespectful to all those union members who do not want to listen to PUP political ramblings. Exactly my point. If you are earnest in your desire to see change, and you go to the Ropan and you demonstrate, we will not be moved, and all of a sudden, there comes Mr. Bracero and Mr. Hyde, and with their political ramblings, and you go like, we're going on. How does he become involved in this thing? This thing has nothing to do with teachers and unions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But before I go further, I remember what happened with the one with the church. When all the groups they get, what the church, and then disperse.
Thank you. They had to catch back row Because then the real politicians, the real organizers were the ones who took front seat.
Yeah, they take over the spotlight.
It continues, and it says, was the membership of the union consulted before adopting this blatant political decision? Is the leadership of the BNTU so politically blinded, ladies and gentlemen, that they failed to see the disrespect in this misguided decision? If Johnny Briceño was not so deeply embroiled in this latest land-grabbing corrupt scandal, would he have been their guest speaker instead? This is a shame. You know what I mean?
Like I said, I believe that for things like that, the teachers had to talk to, right? But probably that was part of their agenda. To bring somebody to talk to them in the political way. Because if you want to get somebody to talk to you about unionism or about teachers, how teachers...
Why would it be part of their agenda to have somebody who is into politics? BNTU is not about politics. BNTU is fighting for the rights of the teachers.
Shouldn't be about politics.
Well, shouldn't be about politics.
Yeah. So like I said, they could bring one farmer, good, well-versed teacher who don't retire if you can talk to them, or one of them big union person who used to fight hard for union, but they retire already, because I believe that union basis is to discuss, you know. But then the thing is that if you bring their kind of people for address, probably that is part of your agenda. So maybe that's why they never invite one retired teacher or maybe one retired union leader to talk to them about how union should conduct themselves.
Well, I'd like to read some of the commentary here. And I have, well, with all the respect, Mr. Guerrero, without mentioning the first name, he says, I'd have to agree with the rationale. He says, my rationale being that the BNTU may as well endorse PUP full on. Hello? Having only one guest speaker of such stature in a prominent political party speaks volumes. Yes, it seems like an endorsement of the PUP. That's how I see it. And then Mr. Shine Barrow contributed, and he says at the end of the day, who is Cornel High? He was Cornel High. He was the worst education minister ever. So what kind of motivation will he give them? When they found out that some of the scholarships that were given out are for
2 years old and
2 year old and 3 year old.
Well, they could use it now for the time back.
It's a shame. BNTU fully political. We can add them to the bag of scoundrels fighting for a criminal opposition, part of Wade, Love, FM, Krem, and Ashcroft minions. So we do have some people who are defending the BNTU, but apparently, again, they're defending it very simply because they believe in the union, what it stands for. But at the other end, they need to open their eyes and find out and understand that the leadership of the BNTU is heavily political.
Así, Manuel, a veces cuando nosotros estamos hablando de eso, la gente de la aldea está llamando, está diciendo, pero ¿por qué está hablando esas cosas del BNTU? Ahora ellos pueden entender qué está pasando.
Ahora pueden entender qué está pasando. ¿Por qué que el guest speaker tuvo que ser Cornel Hyde? ¿Qué Cornel Hyde les puede decir a ellos?
Él no es parte de la unión.
Él no es parte de un union y ni siquiera es ministro, ni siquiera es el vice líder del PUP, es lo que es Cornel Hyde, ¿ok? Y anterior ministro de Educación hizo horriblemente ese ministro, porque se descubrió tanta corrupción dentro de su ministerio que se encontró de que estaba pagándole, pasando vouchers para niños de 2 y 3 años para colegio. Y estamos hablando de miles y miles y miles de dólares. Es obvio que ese tipo de gente no está equipada ni preparada para estar apuntando el dedo a nadie y mucho menos estar guiando una unión de maestros. Así que maestros, al día, por favor, Pónganse al día.
So, a text say, why would BNTU have a politician as a guest speaker at their AGM? Who is up to this and who invited him?
Well, obviously the BNTU leaders, but
I wonder if the entire members were asked before or was
well,
told.
this is one of the questions that Mr. August was the membership of the union consulted before adopting this blatant political decision? That's the question that he asks very clearly. Because if I was a member of the BNTU and I, fighting for the rights of the teachers, and I go to AGM and one politician the up there, I walk out.
You walk out?
I walk out for sure. I walk out. You wouldn't?
I walk out, yes. I wonder if anybody will follow you. But somebody is asking me to ask you to check Rene Trujillo page. Very interesting they are saying here. Because this is this is not complete. They say perhaps I should have said a politician rather than a PUP area rep. I guess that is in her comment, but the comments are not here. It says unions are there to hold all sides accountable, and there is to be no perception of alignments. Not because it has happened in the past means we should go ahead and accept as the norm. Point taken, though, Natasha said yes. I think it's a chat she had with somebody. He said, I would have posted the same question if it were the other way. I don't take sides, and I do love to stir the pot. I love to stir the pot. It opens the discussion. The discussion is an issue. So I don't really have the whole thing, Nepa, because it seems like it was a conversation, no?
Mm-hmm. And I'm getting a lot of commentary here, but some people obviously still in the dark, still being very, very defensive about the BNTU, and claiming, we're going to support the BNTU.
A lot of people come out for support the last time,
Of course, pero ahora estamos viendo, y por eso es que esto es importante. Por eso es que es importante, porque ahora estamos viendo de que el BNTU, el liderazgo del BNTU, es bastante político. Eso es lo que es importante. Es cierto que BNTU se para y merece de mucho respeto. Esto yo estoy de acuerdo con eso. Pero cuando se empieza a meter la política en esta cosa es cuando la gente dice, bueno, ¿y qué onda contigo? ¿Por qué tienes que estar metiendo política en esta cosa? ¿Por qué tienes que estar invitando a Cornel Hyde para ser tu orador especial? ¿Qué les puede decir Cornel Hyde? ¿Ya me entiendes?
Why not somebody from the Ministry of Education?
Why exactly?
So why not somebody? It doesn't have to be the minister.
What about maybe the labor minister?
Right, yes.
Or education minister, Somebody who can talk, or maybe one judge or something like that, but or the ombudsman or something, but clearly political, the vice leader of the People's United Party. Pues esto es prueba que son bastante políticos. Esto es prueba, y quiero que la gente se dé cuenta de ello. Que cuando nosotros mentamos más acerca de lo político que es el BNTU, esto es un comprobante.
And the BNTU is one of the biggest unions in this country.
Exactly.
And they are about teachers, educators. So when these things happen, it makes you wonder, what's the direction? What is it that they want? What is it that they are fighting for? If you figure you to fight with somebody for something, because they don't say we are asking for you to please help us with this. And I said, these are our demands. This is our demands. The last time in Ghana, Belmopan, they never fare out too good as they expected, but they had participation. But so one time somebody demands something for you, if you don't come for their way, it's their way or no way, because that demands, and they are teachers. You understand? So, and then now we say...
They understand that they know, they are fully aware and cognizant that they are a force to be dealt with.
Yeah.
that they were the only ones who demonstrated and went on strike for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, God knows how much time, and they managed to.
But the Prime Minister come up with most of the points there, Manuel.
But, pardon?
The Prime Minister come up with most of the points that of
yes,
their demands.
Yes,
It was demands, right?
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, and Sebastian Morning Show. Manuel.
Hi. Morning, my brother.
When it come to the teachers' union, the gentleman, the DNCU, the gentleman came on national television and radio saying that this is not a political thing. When he was asking the parents to strike with them, he was claiming that it was not political. But we out here on the street know that it's political long time. Because we on the street know what it happened. Where is Cola? Where is Jules Vasquez? Jules Vasquez no one no exclusive interview with Johnny. Why he not sit down and have an exclusive interview with Johnny like how he have and the fella other ministers about the place, they want them in a power right now, they tell them about this and corruption, that where Jules Vasquez there? We want Jules Vasquez sit down with Johnny and interview Cordell. In the interview man where he there, we want to see where he take bush, where going, you know. Because it is obvious that the media houses are behind the PUP also. I mean, except for a couple here in Orange Walk and maybe one or two in other part of the country. But everybody know that that the crowd there behind the media promote anything where the PUP do. Then you PUP so much airtime and anything. I mean, anything around the media supposed to promote good things in a free country, not show everything that's bad. You want them in this government, in present government, not do nothing good to this country. You know, do nothing good to the same media houses where they out there, they talk against them and they promote the PUP and they promote Johnny and the crowd. I mean, I think the Prime Minister should take action to these media houses, man, because then I don't think they are being neutral. Media houses are to be neutral. They are supposed to carry news to the people and supposed to be carrying the correct news and facts. Not here say and promoting political opponents, so to speak. Because in my view, that everything when the radio station and TV station they promote are politically based. You know, this country not move forward like that. Because the mess of this country the PUP say themselves. And Fonseca come on national TV and radio and say how that the mess that this country is in is because of the People's United Party. He said to the own mouth. You understand? And that the people in believe that Kono. They want to teach the tools, that's why they're not getting job. I think we don't forget anything, we only play like we forget. You understand? And about time and Balia get hit. We know that Johnny won half a progressor and all in the grassroots from day one because we used to lift the back there. We know he won all of this place here. But we may wonder that when the people want to be informed that what happened. Because when we call the radio station or the TV station, they don't believe what we say. We don't believe that we go political, but we know they go political. We know what they go on down here. You understand? When certain people can't give a liar for representing this country and they think that outright corruption, brother. You understand? And about time the people and get united and get them one big kick so when they go around the corner, they can't take the curve, they just go straight. Then think they have to stop in this country, my brother. Because the People's United Party that will have this country where you have it, people like say we don't even talk about Superbond and think that the Superbond got to where they $2 billion spelled with a B, so I know that spelled with a B. They say themselves, then they take with the Kuno Mono for true. And then they tell you the thing right, the best place to hide something, my brother, is in the open. You hide it in the open. So they put it out right now the open now to people and tell them, will they take on off a fool? Fonseca hala put me back in my office at Montevideo and I don't know where Paul think in big office there. We can't make them ballet guitar for the hook just like this.
The whole of not so much of anything.
Man, I live on the street, my brother, I live on the street. You know, I always live on the street and I know what happened on the street. I don't want to expose out there when I know what happened. Well, I don't like really call because then I get mad when I call into a message because I can't spell PUP. And I get mad because I know the country where we in. Just last night I was up by the hard stand and I heard this gentleman, they said, that tell the Balearians, no one thief and go thief on the government because the government chase the papaya people and everything. I mean, then the stupidity will happen on the street with people. I never did answer that person because the obvious that I compare myself to him and the obvious that he know educated but nothing going in this country.
Yes.
You understand? And I know and just because this man have one truck where they sell vegetables in my country, he not even a Belizean. I don't want to go down that road.
Yeah.
Not even a Belizean. Like, here we talk about my country, and I right behind me just to watch him, and I not tell him nothing.
Disrespect.
I truck park over the next side full of vegetables. I say, what? You know my country, they use my country, and on top you talk about my country? You don't behave like that, man. You don't behave like that. I mean, when you're wrong in my book, because nobody's perfect. All of we make mistakes. But the mess this country is in is because of the People's United Party. And I know me say that. The Fonseca said that from the PUP. Thank you, and you guys have a wonderful morning.
You too, Noam. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The man got the nearly hit right by head. Papa, you remember the last time when the demonstration was held at the House of Representatives by the BNTU?
Outside of the House.
Outside. You remember originally when it was first announced, it was based around crime and the children, right? But the Prime Minister called a press conference the Sunday before that debate was supposed, the presentation of the budget was supposed to happen at the House. And then he reinstated Honorable John Saldiva as Minister of Security Minister, no? Yeah. So, for that Sunday, between Friday, then the things shift. Then the demands was to remove John Saldiva right away. But you know what happened, Pa? A lot of people were may decide to go, never gone.
Of course they didn't.
You understand? They never gone because the thing was they lose focus of what they were demonstrating against.
It's clearly political, the BNTU. Clearly political.
Yeah. So now they had this meeting and they had this representative as their guest speaker. Let's see what will be the action of the membership when they call for a next demonstration.
Well, they need to be, I'm sure that they know that this was a I mean, they were there. They sat down. They warmed the chairs, and they must have heard everything that Cordell said. So, above everybody else, they were the ones who went through that. But the AGM is not attended by everybody. So, I imagine those people who didn't go were just didn't want to go.
But you see, Pa, the thing is that when they may say they may want to demonstrate against this crime, the government is trying to fight crime with everybody. Now, when they had the demonstration 2 years or 18 months ago, they bring up the demands. But the Prime Minister met the demands, Emmanuel. So what else? What
they will find more, obviously. They will find, well, no, a while ago, they want to remove John Saldiva just because, because of the way he acted, like what Elena Smith said. And this is a big, hard back man. Sorry for telling you.
And that's within 4 days of his appointment, Emmanuel.
Big, honorable woman. Because we don't like the way he has been acting.
Within 4 days of his appointment.
Acting? How did he act? How dare you cast aspersions on the character of any person just because he knew Mr. Mason? Well, so did many people. So did many people. Oh, and then you're going to have a demonstration because of that?
But then some other people...
come on.
They have some of the members of the People's United Party that knew Mr. Mason as well, Emmanuel.
Of course, and we know that, and we know that.
Nothing is wrong with that, right?
Nothing. Nothing is wrong with that.
And then you see when they gonna do the demonstration, this whole thing about John Saldiva. I never see one placard with anything about John Saldiva.
True.
Well, it's time for us to go, Pa.
Yes. De aquí tenemos que darle las gracias a Morris y a Rahim y a ti, Checky, to you, Checky, and to our viewing audience. Thank you very much for the participation and for the. I do know that we have a strong viewing at night, 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And a lot of people watch it because they say, I can't catch it in the morning, but I'll catch you in the evening before I go, at night before I go to sleep. Este show se repite a las 9 de la noche, compañeros. No nos llamen, no nos manden textos a esa hora porque eso es simplemente una repetición. Sí, pero les quiero tomar este tiempo a este momento, extenderle mis mejores saludos a todos y mis mejores deseos a todos que se unen a esta transmisión y sus familiares. Así que muchas gracias. Mi nombre es Emmanuel.
And Robert, check out your thanks to call the belly full this morning. The bill never really up to high. Like your belly full this morning. Morris never had to buy for everybody, but we'd like to thank you as well, Pa. Pa, have yourself a wonderful day, my brother.
I certainly will.